I guess guys in America just have a hard time getting an erection and keeping an erection. Sorry, girls.
This is the Kevin Trudeau Show.
I am exposing the corruption in government and in major multinational corporations. We're telling you the things that they don't want you to know that will make your life better. In America, and also around the world, men, your testosterone levels are going down. That's not good. In America, for example, we consume more Viagra and Cialis than all the other countries in the world combined. I guess guys in America just have a hard time getting an erection and keeping an erection. Sorry, girls. The American men just aren't up to par with the rest of the world, based on the amount of Viagra and Cialis that is consumed. That would lead one to believe that's true. But if you actually look at testosterone levels of people in America, men in America, it's much lower than other countries. Not good, guys. I did a segment on testosterone. Take a listen to this. The globalist agenda is not what you think it is. I touched on it a few episodes ago. If you didn't see it, you should go back and watch it. But the globalist agenda is something, and again, the globalist agenda, I'm sitting in the Bilderberg meeting. I know what it is. It's not what you hear on many of these other shows. It's not. The globalist agenda is not what you think. One of the things of the globalist agenda is let's get men, particularly around the world, more docile, less motivated, less inspired, less driven. This will reduce rebellion. This has been done throughout history. When the British were in China, what did they do? Let's get the Chinese hooked on opium. That'll make them docile. It'll make them just reduce their ability to resist. When Europeans took Africans out of Africa and brought them around the world and enslaved them, they used techniques to try to take these vibrant, independent, intelligent, strong people and break their will so they would become subservient and become slaves. And it was difficult. But in many cases, it did happen. So there has been, throughout history, governments and people in power always trying to reduce the drive of particularly men, because this will reduce rebellion. One way that was discovered very easily was if we can reduce the level of testosterone, the hormone testosterone in men, they will become more docile. This is happening in prisons, by the way, all across America and around the world. I know for a fact because I have firsthand experience there. So I saw the techniques. Years ago, one technique was to put saltpeter in food, and that would reduce testosterone in men. Castration obviously eliminates testosterone in men. So the reason that governments, and again, I was in the meetings in Bilderberg when this was discussed, and this has been going on for a long time, and I was there as this was being discussed. So how do we do it? So imagine you're in the Bilderberg meeting now. Welcome to the Bilderberg meeting. Again, former insider. So here we are at the Bilderberg meeting, and here's how the meeting kind of goes. And I'm going to give you a very quick summation. The meeting kind of goes like this. We all agree that we need to reduce drive in men. Yes, of course. Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about the easiest ways to do it. Easiest ways to do it is in the water. Because people drink water all over the world. And they put the water in sodas, they put the water in coffee, they put the water in tea, they drink water, they put water in soups.
If it's in the water, it's the easiest thing. So what can we put in the water that can reduce testosterone? Yes, president of Pfizer. Drugs. Real simple. There are drugs that will not break down. If we get drugs into the supply, many of them will be tossed. They'll be tossed down the toilet. They'll be put in landfills, and we'll just get them into the water supply. They'll be just leaching into the water supply. Simple enough. We'll develop drugs and making sure that these drugs, even in minuscule amounts, will have an effect on reducing testosterone. Perfect. Oh, by the way, I don't have the paper here, but we'll find it. That was discovered now. What I just said was actually now discovered and proven to be true. That water supplies around the U.S. and the world, mostly the U.S., when analyzed to the shock of the researchers, contained massive traces of pharmaceutical drugs. Which is why you need to have a water filter in your house, because you're showering in this water. Your body is the largest organ in absorbing all the toxins. So the water supply. There are drugs in the water supply, and now there's nanoparticles from the plastics. These reduce testosterone. I'm going to go give you a couple other items here real quickly, and then we're going to go to the phone lines. Soy. Soy mostly is genetically modified soy from Monsanto in America. And around the world, it varies. But soy, even just plain soy, increases estrogen and reduces testosterone. When it's genetically modified soy, it's like soy on steroids. It dramatically increases estrogen levels and dramatically reduces testosterone. So here we are at the Bilderberg meeting and say, any other ideas? Soy. We'll convince everyone that soy is good for them, and we'll make sure that our soy product is very cheap. So we can get soybean oil put in everything, salad dressings, soups, you name the processed food, we'll get soybean oil, and we'll make sure that soybean oil and canola oil, which is another one, will be used in frying. Therefore, anybody who's eating fried foods is getting the soy, which in addition to reducing testosterone levels, also screw up the stomach and the digestion. It'll give people gas and bloating, and this just will reduce their drive and initiative and make them more docile. And quite frankly, because it's reducing testosterone levels, it'll also make them more susceptible to suggestion. Perfect. Soy. Now, everybody else, corn. Genetically modified corn from Monsanto. We know that we can get corn in everything. Corn syrup solids, corn starch. How about high fructose corn syrup? We'll eliminate sugar from sugar cane and we'll replace it with high fructose corn syrup. We can make it cheaper. It'll last longer, and the consumption of it will, in addition to reducing testosterone levels, because it's genetically modified corn that we originally designed to give to cattle to make them get fat faster, when the stupid Americans eat it and people around the world, it'll make them blow up like a balloon. And if they're fat, that's going to reduce testosterone levels, and they're going to be so tired and have all clogged arteries, they're not going to have any drive or motivation or resistance. They'll be, basically, their brain will be foggy, and we'll be able to give them suggestion. Good idea. What else? Beef and dairy. Because genetically modified corn is being fed to the cows, instead of, cows don't eat corn, they eat grass. But if we feed the cows just genetically modified corn and we'll sell it, it's corn-fed beef. It's better. No, it's not. It's loaded with the corn. It will, the amount of CLA, which is a linoleic acid, that's in beef will go down dramatically. Now, if a person eats beef, instead of helping raise their testosterone, it'll lower their testosterone, plus give them all types of illness and disease. We can also inject the beef with bovine growth hormone and antibiotics, which will also lower testosterone and increase disease. And we can create a feed. In addition to the genetically modified corn, we'll take ground up dead, diseased pigs, chickens, horses, cows, grind that up, and feed it to the cow. Cow is a vegetarian. He's not supposed to be eating ground up dead chickens, pigs, horses, and cows that were diseased, too diseased to even put it in pet food. Okay, good idea. What else? Hydrogenated oil. These hydrogenated oils, we'll put them in cookies, we'll put them in everything. Hydrogenated oil. We can put it in peanut butter. So the kids, right from the beginning, are eating hydrogenated oil, and then their testosterone levels are going down. They'll blow up like a balloon and get fat. Hydrogenated oil. Perfect. Good idea. What else? We mentioned canola oil, and then next guy, anything genetically modified. We can genetically modify food, and we can make sure that we'll genetically modify it under scientific testing to make sure that our genetically modified food is being genetically modified to reduce testosterone levels. Perfect. MSG, monosodium glutamate. We can thank our good friend Donald Rumsfeld. He got the payoff, and now it's legal. We know it's an excitotoxin, aspartame. So monosodium glutamate is the same thing. So we can use excitotoxins like monosodium glutamate and aspartame, the artificial sweetener. And there's a new one called sucralose. So we'll throw sucralose in there too. And here's the best one. Oh, great idea. We'll put sucralose in bodybuilding drinks. So like Gatorade and all that stuff, all the energy drinks and protein powders. So now these brain-dead gym rats who don't know any better, oh, I'm going to eat my protein. Oh, I want big muscles. Good. They get no testosterone. Their testicles shrink. They got good muscle. But they got no drive. They got no motivation. Sucralose. Man, look and see if sucralose is in your food. And then last week we talked about wheat and the dough conditioners, which are illegal all around the world except in America. So we'll make sure that the wheat is only fermented for 8 hours instead of 48. So it gives all type of gas and bloating, messes up the hormone levels in both men and women, makes them fat, makes them tired, makes them lethargic, makes them brain foggy. And if you're brain foggy, now they'll watch TV or see some ad flashed in their face, and they'll be like, yes, okay. I mean, we can hypnotize people like that. So this is what's going on with testosterone. So what is the solution? All right, so here's the solution. Number one, I'll just go through this real quick. This is not rocket science. Just look at the label. But don't read the front of the label. That's the lies. All natural. If it says all natural, throw it away. They're lying to you. All natural means nothing. Nothing. If it says 100% organic, now you're looking pretty good. Still doesn't mean anything. It's better. You have to read the label. But that isn't even that helpful because there's 15,000 chemicals last time I counted. Could be different now. That you can put in food that you don't have to put on the label. But let's just start. Not just organic, because there's 3 levels. Made with organic ingredients. That means like 10% of the ingredients can be organic. Organic, that means 80% can be organic. 100% organic, that means actually like 95% can be organic. So number one, look for 100% organic. As best you can, don't be fanatical, relax a little bit. Okay. But soy. If it has soy anywhere on the label, throw it away. Next, if there's anything with the word corn syrup solids, high fructose corn syrup, just throw it away. Next, if it has hydrogenated oil, throw it away. If it has canola oil, throw it away. If it has to say non-GMO, if the label doesn't say non-GMO, that means there are genetically modified organisms in it, throw it away. Monosodium glutamate, throw it away. Aspartame, which is NutraSweet, sucralose, throw it away. So that's what you throw away. That makes it easy. And if it says wheat or gluten, throw it away, unless it's a product from Italy. Well, if I come to your house, we're throwing out everything in your house. But if you come to my house, you ain't throwing out anything. And you can eat like a king, man. You want peanut butter? I got peanuts from Ecuador that are heirloom wild peanuts. Fan-freaking-tastic. You want peanut butter? I throw it in my Vitamix, little pinch of sea salt, and I whip that up, and I got beautiful, smooth as silk peanut butter. If you want it a little bit sweet, you can throw in little raw honey to sweeten it up a smidge, a tinge of cinnamon as well. And you can throw that on some crackers from Italy with real 48-hour fermented wheat, so you don't have no bloating, and delicious. Or I like them also on raw celery, delicious. I also like them on organic Honeycrisp apples, delicious. You can eat like a king at my house. You want pot roast? No problem. You want mashed potatoes and gravy? No problem. It's just the ingredients. Next, beef. If you want to increase your testosterone, choose 100% grass-fed beef. Beef from Argentina is usually grass-fed, but you want 100% grass-fed. They keep changing how they label grass-fed. Oh, it's grass-fed, but it's not grass-finished. Or it's grass-fed, which means they ate some stuff during their life, and then at the end of their life, they're given grass, and they can be called grass-fed. You want 100% grass-fed beef that was weaned when the calf was born, and then they eat grass for the rest of their life, and only grass. They're eating grass, nothing man-made. The reason is that beef is going to be loaded in something called CLA. And if you eat this, your testosterone levels are going to go up. I have friends of mine who went to Argentina for 3 weeks. He comes back and he goes, I don't know what's wrong with me, man. I feel like I'm Superman. I feel like I can want to get to the gym. I want to pump iron. I want to chase women. What's going on? I says, and he goes, and women are coming up to me. They're talking to me. I go, because your body is throwing out pheromones, which are attracting women, and you have so much testosterone because I bet you ate a lot of beef in Argentina. He goes, like 3 times a day. I go, yeah. The Argentinian grass-fed beef is loading you up, and so now your body never had this before. You're producing so much testosterone. You're strong. I bet you're sleeping like a rock. You get tons of energy throughout the day. You have drive and motive. He goes, yeah, I feel like I'm Superman. I feel like I'm on some drug. It is. It's called testosterone. It's a natural hormone. So beef. Also dairy products. Dairy products are the same. You can't just get organic milk. You have to get organic milk from 100% grass-fed cows. If you're going to eat cheese, nothing in America. Stay away from America. Unless it says from grass-fed, it's still garbage. Go to France. They don't even have to say grass-fed. If it's raw cheese from France or Switzerland or Italy, you're in great shape. That's going to make a difference. Couple supplements. You can take what's called Deer Antler Velvet. There's a couple different brands out there. I don't know what the best brand is today, but Deer Antler Velvet, athletes use it. It's been proven to increase testosterone levels. And I'll tell you another trick. And this is not only a trick that's going to give you testosterone levels. This, by the way, all these recommendations are good for women as well as men because it's going to balance out your hormone levels. Well, I don't want to increase my testosterone. I'm a woman. Don't worry. If you do everything I'm telling you, it's going to balance out your hormones, which means you're going to have easier periods. You're not going to have hot flashes if you're going through menopause, and you're not going to gain weight because your hormones are going to be balanced. Your moods are going to be better. Your energy level is going to be better. It's going to be easy for your body to burn fat. You're also not going to bloat, so your stomach will flatten out, gals. It works great for both men and women. These are just basic health recommendations. Now, the last one is not only good for the hormones or for testosterone, but it's also great for the way food tastes. Back a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there was a company called McDonald's. And McDonald's had the best tasting French fries. And everyone knew that McDonald's French fries tasted fantastic. Then they stop tasting fantastic and they're just okay. What made McDonald's French fries so good? It's what they cooked the potato in. They didn't use canola oil or soybean oil or hydrogenated oils like they do today. They go rancid like that. You know what they used to cook the French fries in? Beef fat. You want healthy? You cook with beef fat from 100% grass-fed cows, or duck fat, or pork lard, ideally from organic pigs. That's one that's kind of on the outside. They all have what's called a high flash point, which means you can crank up the heat. If you want to fry French fries, if you want to fry chicken, if you want to fry okra, if you want to do any frying or any sautéing, you're going to make a schnitzel. You cook it in one of those 3 types of fat, it is going to taste fantastic and it is healthy for you. And now all the people at the American Heart Association are going to go, no, you want polyunsaturated fats, use saturated fats, they cause heart disease. They're wrong. And I'm not a scientist, but all you have to do is look at the research. They're lying to you because they want you to start being stupid and start going to corn oil and soybean oil and canola oil, hydrogenated oils to become rancid. They want your testosterone levels to go down. Beef fat, duck fat, or pork fat. From the highest grade, it will make your food taste better. It'll be unbelievably healthy. Your stomach will flatten out. You won't get gas and bloating, because if you're cooking in canola oil or vegetable oil or Wesson oil or any of these vegetable oils or hydrogenated oils, they go rancid just like that. And they're almost all genetically modified, so you're screwed. Your whole stomach is getting all messed up because of the GMOs, the genetically modified organisms. Now, somebody will say, but what about things like sunflower oil or grapeseed oil or extra virgin olive oil? Hey, you can saute an extra virgin olive oil. That's excellent. The problem is it doesn't have a high flash point, which means you can't crank the heat up. It'll burn. Butter will burn, so you can use ghee, which is clarified butter. That's another great fat to use. Ghee. It's butter where they take the water out. It's called clarified butter or ghee, Ghee, used in Indian cooking quite extensively. It has a high flash point. It won't burn, and it gives you the buttery taste. Make sure it's ghee from grass-fed cows. But that's very good. Sunflower oil, make sure it's not genetically modified. Peanut oil, make sure it's not genetically modified. That's been used in Asia in Chinese cooking, in woks for a long time. The problem is to try to find one that doesn't have all the mold and the fungus. If it comes from America, probably not so good. If it comes from China, probably worse. So it's hard to find good quality peanut oil today. It is. But that's not a bad option as well, as long as it's organic and make sure it says no non-GMO. So you can use those vegetable oils. But the vegetable oil will go rancid much quicker than the beef fat or duck fat or pork blend. Health, wealth, and happiness. Hi, I'm Kevin Trudeau. This is everything they don't want you to know about to improve the quality of your life. Broadcasting every Monday and Wednesday, 2 days a week now. Monday and Wednesday at 1 o'clock Chicago time. Make sure you tune in and subscribe to the channel and share these shows with everyone you know.